Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
Nti kakati olwo mulimu ssente
anti nedda anti liyo geti bana abava kubanga akugati yalaba ku muntu babe kapise nemmere mwine we mugiteeka
kibane bagiteeka
yes
omulade wa kisanga
naba mu boba kwata linnya semakula the person we are talking to tumulaba akako for months
aganganize semakula
yeah akubuza how are you Mr. Semakula but you don't see him and people are dying kati abo bebajuliza abatuufu
amsibudde covid yamulibide bangi lyonna
anti nkugambye nti yajja mulumbe ezo ndabayo nze nziika
wali uziika nendo za covid yona yakuganya
yati kirabika tulina oba eri airborne oba ki covid yava mu group kasamu bamwe yagenda ku mbaga yagenda okwabya olumbe yagenda okuziika akabaleetedde kubanga mu kyalo nayagala okusaba ssente alemera mu ngalo
aludde okulabako
naye ayagala ssente tannalwa kukulabako nakuliza mukama n'abakuze eno ne bakuze eno nkola mu Bank of Uganda
ati gwobere Kampala oze bakola rwagati
those ones would be picked to tell people which aliwo abakiza ne bakola ki abatagala ne bakola ki you have not yet closed Nambole, you have not yet closed Mulago. Era kano kino kyatuyamba mu bubbi Museveni okwogera ku bitanda gyebiri. There are many people dying every day and those who are cured
abalikabaringa
kati abo yes testimony yali baddewo. Don't force people kubanga government yo mulimu endala ejirimu mu ya Museveni boyimiriza abantu ku road block nga nabala bajja bakuba kati kuba kubidde ku road block yani ani amukubye eddagala ki nabaganti pass a law Uganda amend the Health Act ana bala ko injection Ugandan with the wrong drugs life imprisonment esobola kikola
tukifule riske
kakati nabadde coach kamuswaga yampita Christmas nembeera yo
jwajirira
I was told only 20% of the coach have been vaccinated.
How many are they?
Only 20%.
Okay.
Don't care about the number. Only 20.
If there are 100, it's another
teziri yo.
Meaning never be able to
nebo gamba katinti mugulewo. Kamuswaga told dimita ina dagala ya gwawo. Emuga chechizibu ky'okuwasa omukazi omulema. Oyina musindika kagaali omunaza naki. Okuja ko ngali madomu yina. Musindika abaka parliament abatasobola kwogera. In fact, parliament olwali komyewo buli mbaka parliament yali badde atubuulira evaluation yewabwe asanzeyo percentage ki before the schools open. It's responsibility yabwe.
Oba tebafayo bufu.
Yanti kingu tebabimanyi.
Tetuli mukati abaga okumana ne parliament nga kikono kya government
kyo brainstorm.
Think tank tewali.
Hano bagandi Minister of Education nzibu nnyo. Bwotaba mugumu nganze oba okulisazinga ani
First Lady.
Yes. Ababbi mwe babbira. Kubanga baga nti afuma First Lady kati
nange waliwo omuntu yangamba nti First Lady okubeera Minister of Education kyekisinza okubakola
ate nakola bullying
ba technical people
kubanga
ababbi bojje ne tulina bwogenda kubuuza First Lady gwe watumye Tamale
ate yali technical
gwe watumye Semakula
bonna abali wansi ba permanent secretary be babbi nti tudde twali badde tugamba one wadde numbers zirayizinze abalala badda mu masomero abaganda enziku yabaluma neruma ne Kabaka Muteesa Kabaka Muteesa olwerewere ejijja kuba walabu kakati bwe muluma n'ategeera nti eruma nnyo ti neba abantu bange bajja gamba nti ndi munafu ne bafuuka abazira ng'omukazi ayina ensi kubanoonya munoonya mu lubiri That's why the generation of those Baganda bafuna gonorrhea. Naye bato kekisene bagamba gonorrhea taina dagala. What do we do? Tukirizense gweo ti bono tienze kuno wasanyoko. Kuba the only woman you could know titaina nze cause your mother. Why? From your father. Esibanga kubitoke naye abazungu bagezi bakola wadi emulage yabazira nga bayita majisa ne bavuma abakazi mwatuta. The Europeans had the word yabazira where you could can't be scared until PPF was brought.
Empisa PPF njijukira bagikubako
ngatenze nabijawa
kazi wama yali yabanzi kuwe ninga twabulya ngempisa PPF bambu PPF
musajja nakwate ekitooke bana bagali wotegerera nti obulwadde bulumya abantu manya yasula ebidomola oyo sirimu emba ya muluma sirimu so many names ezikuba nabagali
yali akaveera
omukazi afumbya emmere ndikuteddya amateeka mwami nti agabaana bagali fumba yamala tasobola kusituka ku ttaka. So unless and Museveni, that is his problem. Tayina bantu abakola ebintu
never the fishermen
women anti ba fishermen bata democracy atambulira ku media tajina to when I came here I deliberately explained what the Prime Minister told me, blaming all of the fracas in Kayunga on the Electoral Commission. Bobi Wine was not supposed to be in Kayunga on that day, so government was justified to lock him inside his house. Whatever you conga, Electoral Commission reacting. In normal circumstances, new vision, Jate said, would give grant Nabanja an exclusive interview. When Nabanja is given publicity, it will force the Electoral Commission to come out, and they will make sure they will justify the rocking off Bobi Wine. Tebakitekam amawuli gachijjawo. No debate on Kayunga. Kalina, you cannot run a democracy without a media.
Do you have the democracy?
In 1954, when Governor Andrew Cohen was commissioning Radio Uganda, he said, any government, any politician without a radio station or a TV station is comparable to a dumb politician who thinks that he can win a competitive election. That is the importance of a radio to state. I mean, Yajifula, Uganda Broadcasting Ichi.
The corporation.
Ngewuli wa Latin America. Ne UK.
UBC.
Na kwa tomu sajawe. Gundi ono, njushi. Amini, yaduka wano. Nenge nyumotoka ye chakuba muleti ya Uganda.
Echibachi tugamba?
Yes. Amini, ya ina timu ye ya maulide. Nga jagala nnyo yalianga n'aba mawulire b'emmere. Do you have a house? Ku Christmas abagala bia enyama kero wondi biki nga bali atambudde n'aba mawulire be n'abazanyi abawa sente ze bayitanga lifting e Uganda ne flag abroad zagula ba malaya naye gano bagula nga Gaddafi bwe yakola wano. Yes,
ngasenda kwanza gula malaya
bazitanga lifting the Uganda ne flag abroad gula ba malaya papa sile kugula ba malaya
ngategeera tengwa baguzi
anti bategeere nti bana Uganda babadde wane nsi yakabye nga Gaddafi bwe yakola
naye abikolanga amini kwe biyigira.
Yes, okambye yitira. The most powerful minister in the Eastern government, Joseph Gobes, yalimba ababalinians. Today, itanga abamawulire ngolusa lubalimi naita press conference. Gentlemen, we have sent 5 battalions to the north. We have sent 5 battalions to the west. We have sent 10 battalions to the south. Ngatiwaina battalion name. Ono musajja wa Saddam. Nti bali omunsi. Nabaga ekifo bamwagala bate mwagala ekifo kyakula yije. This is military science. You cannot fight this man.
Felix Kuleji yasobolwa minister of information.
Era bwe baategera manyi nkuba gye baamukubamu. Bagolodi wa mwanyina. Temujasa asubula atya. Ne bamujjawo. Mpa! Bakubya abantu nze mbalemeddeko. Era jjo nabaweereza message 2 days ago. Ne mbagamba kambabuli na information. Retweet ye Kyankwanzi was intended for me. Munzitireyo. Kalisa akomeye.
Retweet ye Kyankwanzi yaba presidential advisors.
Ganina information. Kalisa najja eyangoba. President abadde 10 billion naganti ne banene batuula andetedde emisango gya 10 billion yabadde akomyewo mwaso omutwe
ngakomyewo
ngakati babalana ku
yabadde akomyewo
ezokuuka kesi
yabadde akomyewo
mbonzereyo mukolere ndi musiru
ekyo kyabadde
muwanga yabadde enyondo agitu
kyabadde odi
kakati nembaweza message nembagandi ladies and gentlemen talks nzivuddemu
mubadde mu talks
I have already surrendered the recorded tapes and the video clips to the investigators of ICC. I don't want your money, your pesa ya damu.
But you had promised not to expose ICC.
Ati kasaba nyigiriza omunene nyigiriza nnyo. To make myself
you had promised no gamba.
Naganti
Gamba na Uganda. Tojja kulumiriza.
Tugenda fenna muwulire. Tubone tulise tugenze fenna.
Toli mutemu. Toli mutemu
nze senge enkunga ya fumbira walumbe me.
Ekyo butemu tukirina. Kubanga nze bero na
push me to the wall.
Wali ogambi toyiza kulumiriza bana Uganda banno.
Nkubulira nabatadde. President Museveni akutte bilioni 3. Nti bilioni 3.
Tamale sente zabakuwanga nyingi zitakutoka.
Amaziwo omusajja ono. Zino muziwe lawyer. Era nabaga nti basiru. Habukani Museveni provide you with a lawyer. Yali agala kubafuna ko facts dala mwata abantu. Era kalugire yabalimu. Do you tell her you are doctor or lawyer? Nebaga muri basiru. Museveni yagala bafuna ku facts. Ekyokubiri. UN yawandikira Museveni 5 years ago. Tebugwanga li mulimu abatemu abati abantu malwaliro. N'abatwala abaana. Ebweru abana 15 babattira ebweru. Organization basitunda UN report. Before we move in,
Tamale.
Chikutegeza achi. Whoever is on the wanted list, Museveni surrendered him.
Let me ask a question. President Museveni ne bwafuna bwino yagenda mukwesa.
Anti nkugati tiyaba wadde yo.
Anti kati then what?
Bali kulani. A minister must arrive. The former minister in Hague on the 3rd. Badokeza mwekubi baba kwati.
Kubanga bajja kugamba linda ko Tamale.
Erabo balindidde akantu kamu.
President Museveni
the moment Museveni locks the country obana atekawo measures baba tebakyagenze bajja baga covid mungi nnyo.
Wait a moment. Yes. Abandaga ati President Museveni atekawo commissions of inquiry. Ngazi nezomulamuzi wa minister zatekawo. Nezimwe very good recommendations.
Yes.
Naso ya President Museveni. Yes. President agati ondete amata.
Anti chenkubolira.
Wetumanyi bwakola. Nebifirawo.
Yavuma bagame.
Nebifirawo.
Yavuma bagameire. Mu government achali mu rukutana. What do we a commission is intended in the political science for about 4 reasons. 1, to divert your attention. 2, to buy time. 3, to expose the people I cannot handle. Nti moyi njonje yamuleta mbuyeza naye yamuleta ku commission nerekanga emukubi yali aze kumugondi we Kenya expose ngabwe mbakubye bano nenanye buyeza nemubane muwani ko bugulu hata kati byawedde nasa senseko semakula okwatanga bufuna ngo opportunity osomanga degree ya logic, but logic is complicated. Is mathematics. Logic is mathematics. If a pastor is challenged by his flock that you preach while a drunk, you have a jerrycan of water inside your office. An independent team, an independent team comes. Naganja office yange kisumuzo sa generation. Abali yaunga mukazi wa Kiresi nawe kikumuguro yambinga ko namukubori kitegeeza ki
mulimo kidomale kyawala
executive
mulimo kidomale kyawala kyembadde nkwese kakati golese kisumuzo obutabana kisumuzo was an escape route for
check bakugambye nti bewagabudde ku bugenyi banne bewagabudde bewasibuludde balidde embizi
tugabalisize empunu
tugende ewuwo akweko atya sefuliya mwe bafumbidde
kasawegana nti banalya ku mbizi wano.
Likewise, you have been saying my tapes are fake. If I surrender them to investigate ICC investigators, why you are panicking? I'm helping you.
Kadoja kusasazaji
aba panicking zebadukira wa muhozi tugende wa muhozi tumwegaira atenze mbasekerera nakugamba muhozi tandabanga ko 1 to 1 they are just assume
muhozi chi
kaine rugaba je badukide basa sisi
ngobagala muhozi akolere chi
mbwa ngambeko ateza agenze da
nebo akugamba
akana ka house galuka kwerimpyeku dadi gwe nanyindi rubuto mwana gwe mvako nedda lulu kale tubale nako iye kati owakanya ekikolwa kyaliwo. If the tapes are fake, you would be the happiest people. Now the investigators are going to find out that what this man has been saying is fake. Clap your hands. Hey, ukoko for me. I'm a good man to you. Aba panicking say to watch a meeting kati kalugire yabagambi ngamulaba. Bamulinze ngali mu court ngamulaba. Najja. Nabaga nti that's your mistake. Wakisendeza omusajja mwanzo kwata. 2. You underestimated him. Kati mwina kintu ekyo. Oba abasajja bafunye tapes zammwe face the challenges for trial. Tetukyalina kyamukola. Sente azigubye.
Lwaki sente wazigana?
Anti ezaabwe. Bakole akukodyo. Basonde ezaabwe. Kubali yakuba ebyuma byange. Yaleeta omukyayina ne muganja kala emitwalo gya $5 n'asasula 2 n'enzigoba. Uyaziteeka weeziri. Badokita bonna abalimba ne basonda sente. Bazindeetere. Kati president n'aleeta sente.
Enti yali nguzi.
President n'aleeta sente.
Okufuna
sente.
Kati
bone baagala.
Ng'ekintu.
Eza president ziba zijja ziri bazibbe. Okitegeera. Kati atono omujozi nadira sente za president n'azijjawo twagobye nakyobe ate nono okumuwa sente anono omuwala azina Museveni n'amuyola n'azimujjako bagamba siri wa muhozi kati muhozi gwe bafukamira ate azimpe diru yawedde Museveni ajja kumpazize kuba bagamba mmwe mugende mwogere naye nze entalo zammwe nziwulira mugende mu ono yayola sente zikwekane ne bamuyola bakamuyola n'emirundi eki under house arrest oba Museveni mwita wakuzanya ebyo byoyogera n'abuyola bwonna n'abutwala mu sayidi n'ekirigunde tebwali busimbe kine ekiri insulated.
Okay, Tamale omwaka tugutambuza tuguyiseemu ebadde
njagala kano luli
twayita mwaka
nababulya nti nuupu ya kabaka yekka nabaga nuupu yakolebwa NRM. That's why
NRM tina bwekola kabaka yekka.
That's why abaji bawogulako Bobi Wine cannot attend iPod. The abamutandika bakola NRM etafuna biragiro wa Museveni
nebagga Bobi Wine akikulembere
amusada munamu babbako ate gurupu endane kuba Bobi Wine bamuttire mu kalu Museveni agwe kintu kyabwe lega twawenye kubanga
twawenye
omusango guno gutuwonyeza Sheikh Museveni obaddeyo abaana abagala omusikira babakwatidde wandege yanga bali embizi kati bayinza kusikira Sheikh Museveni omusika yasigadde ogwo
achali muziki
omwana atanali ambizi
achali muziki
atanywa mwenge ate tujja ate fe ba maseke tetugenda mukiza kunywa mwenge
munama muri ba maseka
na kulinana bano
munama
bayigiriza okubemva
munama mufuse baseka
sandu ba generator tujikumbira date bajibba mu waya
ne batule
nono twawo
obutambula ne mpanso beko
omanyi
NUP efoketi ate kabaka
ekirungi ekiriwo kasagamu na akwate mmese akwate obumese obote nyabwa dduka buddusaliza abalala
ono wekitabo ono wekitabo kasa akwate mmese ento nyabwa edduka buddusi n'abalala abalala sijja kugwa mu kategako
musango gwatu yambi. All of those who have been fighting to succeed Sheikh Museveni were found in Wandege eating pork. They have been disqualified. And you are going to see because attacked left and center. You are going to see an emergence of Besigye. Why? Besigye have a father that I get a
Bobi Wine benefiting of the situation, you know?
Bobi Wine, tebayinza kumuwa, yabyewagulako. Kati ojja kulaba a serious battle showing between Bobi Wine and Mpuuga. Chovola babemazeewo.
Again?
Chovola babemazeewo.
Bobi Wine si ya Wampuuga
bw'ategeedde nti Mao asobola okugenda. N'asisinkana Museveni Mao baleese omukazi. Bobi Wine ne bamukubira amayumba ge. Nti ekyali mu Nuupu balina aba family checking exercise nga lwo Dr. Kebera nga musajja.
Ngakala bakazi abanuvo
sente
okuba ofraga
situwese batu
tabalida katusagala byogere ngo bita kubisa abantu babitegeera ngo musajja akebera ati abakazi abakebera
bakoberanga covid nenga covid ye siwa munyindo nga covid wakujjako bitete ina Gomes
bakolechi
baba we card erevu molwevuma bawo bamulangira mukazi ono bamulangira bizimbe bamulangira ki you are destroying yourselves.
President Museveni ateka mu sente kati ya kifunding ekyo kino
naye oli omwana atali ambiza abatunulidde bwati bemalawo ate banyabwe babano kyebabagamba ko nti baana bange byemwefumu ebyo nti munywa walaji munasikira sheeke mweswaza nga waliwo oli atali ambiza atanywa obusika taba fe twafiiriddwa dda twali yadde embisi twagirya dda embisi si bwe busoosi fe twali yadde embisi
omwana wagiriwowa ngayogera nsomewa how Bobi Wine outsmarted the state.
Yes.
Wemba nsoma ndi mu kitabo kino kyebayita The Rise and the Making of Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine and the Story of Kasobeza. Kuliko ekifaananyi kya Bobi Wine
nabaga nti Bobi Wine Kasobeza
ku mugongo
mubbi wa munju
gye bayita
nabagamba Kasobeza mubbi wa munju. Bobi Wine yalina ne kumunye ngabamukuba tiyagasi takumukwata yeri ripere akakasobola.
Okay. Wono wano ku page ana mukaaga ekitabo
nakawandika ddi
ekitabo Tamale Mirundi yakiwandiika ng'ennaku z'omwezi authored by Tamale Mirundi at Kabalagala, completed 3:30 p.m. Thursday 10 2020.
nabaga nti amungi bajjamu kuba nnyo kati baleese ebya Kingdom Sudiru mugezi Sudiru yategeera nti parliament muleeta 500 ebizimbe byonna ebyetolodde parliament n'abigula. Yaze monopoly mwina gula office ze kakati bagamba mwendagano yali info ne parking tugisaswa ne toilet who negotiated with him. Doesn't the parliament have lawyers?
Mbadde ndo zajude mba lawyer
kati ate Sudiru gwe muvuma he's a monopolist. Yategeera nti mwera kuleeta abaka 500 ne plan gye bakoze ekizimbe ekyo office yonna teziriimu era balina kupangisa kati waya yakwalingo
nakyo kyabazimbe kiringa akede
mulimu webakolera gym baana bikira kizale not offices
kino kyabazimba kyenda basitula
ani yali akirabyeko plan nti kifaanana kitya
artistic impression yake
kinkubuulira piece of works eryegezeeyo ddi to find out what are you building. Security yali yagezeeyo ddi oba mulimu banka
ekiri awo
kati Sudiru mumuveeko a businessman takes risks lakiti yakola mu hoteli lwaki kino ekizimbe ekiri ku fairway ekyomuntu mumubadde mutuula high court okutuusa Bagirimana lwazze naga nti sente zetusasula tuzimbe
anaatera okumaliriza yazimbye Bagirimana azimbidde ddala omwaka ogumuna ekitundu gwe yakabeera awo enkyukakyuka gyalese
naye baali tebamugobye se twamuyamba wano
Bagirimana
singa yagenda
ennaku zawamadde ne PhD
singa yagenda we have helped people. That's why they cannot fight Mimbu poverty nga njijjawa people send money
baweereza Kansimano, how Bobi Wine has outsmarted the state. Unlike other people who have been used and dumped by the mafia gang, it seems Bobi Wine has had a lasting relationship with the gang. This is why he has outsmarted them. Secondly, Bobi Wine is like a chameleon which changes colors according to the environment. For example, when he was identified and watered and nurtured, he was not excited. He seemed to be waiting for the appropriate time. Even when the government slapped a ban on his concerts, he did not overreact because it would present him to the public as a victim. I have been arguing that harassing and mistreating Bobi Wine was a grave mistake on the part of the government. Government actually reaped unexpected results from this. It is a government that presented Bobi Wine with an opportunity to earn public sympathy as a victim. Secondly, when the government wanted to kill his music career, the public resorted to disassociating with other musicians affiliated to the government. All the musicians, artists who are attracted to Bobi Wine in any way were isolated by the public. They were further pushed by the COVID-19 pandemic, which also forced their music concerts to stop. Even if Bobi Wine was receiving money from his mentors, it remained unknown to his supporters who saw him as a sacrifice. This is how Bobi Wine built the foundation of his political career. Bobi Wine must have known that sharp divisions in the mafia there are sharp divisions in the mafia fellowship. He agreed to play the role of a kingmaker rather than being a king himself. This harmonious worked very well for him. For those who harbor presidential ambitions like Museveni's son-in-law Odrick Ravogo, did not realize at this time that Bobi Wine threatened his presidential bid. Thirdly, Bobi did not build his political career on money. Many of his supporters don't understand that Bobi Wine is a rich man. This is a sharp contrast with the others who believe that money is a gateway to the presidency. If money can do everything in one's career, how come that the former Nigerian president Olusegun Obasanjo failed to build a third term, while President Museveni does not have such resources, money to change the term limits? Also, Obasanjo's former vice president, in spite of his thinking wealth, has failed to power.
Museveni with the little resources money is like a cosmetics. The only help of beautiful ladies.
Okay. Bobby's strategy was correct since his bid to the presidency was built on public trust and not money. When the mafias tried to squeeze his balls, he has not yielded to the pressure. Bobi Wine is also a lucky man. Politics, war and soccer are determined by luck. How can one explain his survival, especially when he is not a product of any political party and has never worked in government? Unlike Dr. Kizza Besigye, who relied on the elements in government, religious groups and civil society, Bobi Wine, on the other hand, has been underestimated. The most important factor is that Bobi Wine has been a gold mine for the mafia gang. Museveni was duped to pump money into the Bobi project. However, it was done in such a way that, unlike the other opponents to President Museveni, who were lured into government by money and jobs and the mafia, who wanted to retain Bobi Wine. However, Bobi soon realized that that is why people like Catherine Kusasila lost their political value and importance. Take, for example, how Bobi Wine acquired a political party, the National Unity Platform. Balaam rushed to register the People Power as an NGO. This was intended to divert Museveni's attention that Bobi Wine could not register a political party. In case he stood as an independent and lost his presidential bid, his political career would have ended there and then. However, Bobi was handed a political party, which interestingly was registered by the NRM for propaganda purposes. The registration was under the control of Ruhakana Rugunda and Amanya Mshega. The process of registering a political party is not an easy one. This is how Bobi Wine took a shortcut. Bobi managed to jump all hurdles, including court battles, to nullify his leadership in the new party. Bobi has outsmarted Norbert Mao of the Democratic Party, which had presented the DP bloc. How could Bobi Wine be sure that he would clinch the presidency of the Democratic Party? This is why he rejected all efforts for a joint candidate for the opposition. He was fearful of betrayal. He isolated people like Chameleon, Mbide, Mokaku to enable him to tighten his grip onto his power. Even when Ronald Mainja tried to return on spying mission, Bobi detected him and isolated him. Bobi Wine has outsmarted General Henry Tumukunde. Tumukunde has been harboring presidential ambitions since 2001, but doesn't enjoy the same support as Bobi Wine. Unlike Tumukunde, who served in key government positions, Bobi is seen as a liberator. I have always argued that the person who waits to be sacked does not go with any political clout, because if he had not been sacked, he would still be in government today. To avoid such, politicians need to bolt before they are sacked or maligned over unpopular government policies. However, when the minister is sacked in a reshuffle, in the eyes of the public, he becomes as guilty as the government he serves. Bobby takes advantage of government planners. With the assistance of his mafia, who are his mentors, Bobby Wine has taken advantage of government mistakes. For example, although government has a good case for holding mass rallies during campaigns, the population does not know this. With no clear explanation, Ugandans, including key players like religious leaders, think that Museveni does not want Bobby Wine to address his supporters. This is because the Electoral Commission is has not published the Electoral Laws and the Health Act that was invoked in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. This new law was debated and passed by Parliament, and Museveni does not sit in Parliament. The mafia gang, which is fronting Bobby Wine and which controls the mafia, knows this law very well. That is pushing it would exonerate Museveni.